know, we've been working very closely with the Thai government, including making recommendations to the Prime Minister to open up the spectrum, make the WiMAX spectrum available so that Thailand can enjoy the benefits of lower cost broadband with WiMAX and bring, in particular, broadband to the rural areas of Thailand. Without a technology like WiMAX, it's impossible to cover the rural areas of Thailand. And of course, as you well know, the benefits of WiMAX are immense for economic development. Every point of broadband growth equals millions and millions of dollars of GDP growth, and it leads to job creation and so on. And so our focus with the government now is to convince them of the benefits of opening up the spectrum, and to explain to them that it is an urgent matter. This is not a matter that can wait, because there is a cost to waiting. The longer the Thai government waits to make the spectrum available, the longer the Thai people are deprived of the benefits of broadband. And so I strongly encourage the Thai government to make the spectrum available. And of course, Intel is here to assist in any way possible, technical advice and working with the local telcos in Thailand to help them get WiMAX going. Things that we're committing, first and foremost, probably most importantly, is we can offer our technical advice on how best to set up the WiMAX spectrum, how to set up the policy, and then we would work very closely with the local telcos in Thailand to show them how other countries are doing it. We are here in Taipei. Today, Taipei is now launching WiMAX commercial availability with a company called VMAX. So what we do is we bring a lot of these guys together to help accelerate the adoption of WiMAX. So our main job is technology collaboration, technology advice, but we would of course also be interested in collaborating closely with the local PC industry as well as the international PC industry in Thailand to make WiMAX devices available at very low cost. So there's many things we can do, but the first step is to make the WiMAX spectrum available. Status in Asia is actually pretty good. Most countries in Asia have already made the WiMAX spectrum available. So Korea, Malaysia, the Philippines, Taiwan, India, pretty soon Indonesia, and India has already made the spectrum available for the state-owned operator, BSNL. So actually Thailand is an exception. Is one of the few countries that has not made the spectrum available. I had the same discussion we've had with the Thai government, which is to talk about the economic benefits of broadband, to talk about the rural benefits of wireless broadband, to offer our technology advice, to work with the industry to make everything available. We are offering all of those same things in Thailand. I think the regulator and the Prime Minister and the telecommunications agencies all need to come together and make a decision to do this. It takes some political will. Feedback from the Prime Minister was very good. He comment anything? He said that he would talk to the NTC and that he would certainly pass along the recommendations that Intel has made. But ultimately, as I understand it, the regulator has to make the decision. The NTC has to make the decision, and that appears to be where we are stuck. And so, you know, we need to. Intel is not giving up. We are still pushing, and we're still offering our support. And hopefully, something happens. We will do is we will, once we decide, once it's clear who gets the spectrum, we would work with those operators to start to share technical information about how to set up the network, to share different business models from different countries around the world. We would bring in the device industry, so the PC manufacturers, the netbook manufacturers, the phone manufacturers, the Taiwan ecosystem that builds a lot of the CPE, customer premise equipment. All of that we would bring into Thailand, and then we would actively work to promote WiMAX so that the consumer demand will start to grow. And then what happens is, as the consumer demand grows, the telcos then build out the infrastructure, and then ultimately the citizens benefit. The main thing that we're after is to not to bridge the digital divide, but to end the digital divide. We have to end the digital divide in Thailand. Every single citizen in Thailand deserves access to broadband. And nobody should stop, nobody should rest until every single person in Thailand has broadband.